I'm from Greece, where everyone doesn't know me. I'm representing one of the leading developers in the country. We are specialized in residential development, over 125 projects under our belt, and also we have hospitality developers and operators of both our own luxury hotels and Hilton hotels as well. We brought the first garden in Athens. So we're going to go through a few things together. We're going to be presenting you a subject that will definitely be, you'll be hearing a lot today, which is the Golden Visa program in Greece. And hopefully we're going to make the link together on we're double scoring that amount of growth. And I think it's a very important parameter for any people that are looking towards investing in the country. So, our company, Lux and Easy, we are, as I said at the beginning of the presentation, the leading developer in Greece. We have 4 branches: Residency branch, which is a residential development branch of over 125 projects at the moment. We're offering you free of charge the furnishing, the management, the maintenance, the insurance, and the security of the property itself. Thirdly, we have smart hotels in Athens at the moment, which are being fully automated. We work with a fully automated model in concierge, needing 1 person per asset. That's a very, very important parameter actually in terms of the profitability of the hotel asset itself. And last but not least, we are a strategic partner of Hilton in Greece. We brought the first garden.
Thank you for the introduction, by the way. I thought you were going to start profiling my height like I was coming in for a boxing match or something like that, so thank you for that. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I always enjoy coming to Istanbul. This is my, I think, 4th time now, 4th time in the country, and we continue to come back. It's a pleasure and an honor to be able to provide the EV5 option to families all over the world. But I must say, some of our visits are a little bit more enjoyable than others, so always look forward to coming here. CTP. Well, I'll just keep telling you over. So CTP, we are a full-service real estate developer and So if you've ever been to Disney World, you've been right next to our offices. Thank you so much. Okay, beautiful. I myself have worked with the company now for 12 years, working with families from over 35 countries. I personally have helped about 300 families achieve their green card and their permanent residency for them and their families. But for CTP as a whole, we have a 100% approval rating with the U.S. government for all of the petitions that we have submitted. I'm going to go through.
And I am a California licensed U.S. immigration attorney, registered with the United States District Court to handle all types of immigration matters. Let's wait and make sure that my microphone fits. I'm a UCLA graduate and hold a master's degree on international management with a focus on investment migration patterns. I am the founding partner as well as the managing director of Plan B Outbound Migration Consultancy, and our headquarters is in the United States, and we are in the process of establishing an office here in Turkey. I am a dual Turkish-American citizen and could have given this presentation in Turkish, but since everything is being translated simultaneously, I will stick to English. At Plan B Outbound Migration Consultancy, our goal is to discuss various immigration alternatives with our clients and jointly decide which option fits our clients' needs best. Most attractive outbound options include the United States, Canada, various European countries, like the European Union countries, and several Caribbean nations. I will briefly go over their qualification requirements, as well as some pros and cons, to give you a better idea as to which option may fit your situation best. Let's start off with the United States. The $5 million Trump Gold Card is proposed by U.S. immigration program introduced by President Donald Trump in February of 2025. Of course, the U.S. President lacks the authority to create new visa categories or altering existing immigration laws unilaterally. Modifying any immigration law requires new legislation passed by both houses of Congress and signed into law by the President. Nothing has been submitted to Congress for votes so far, but we are told that the executive branch is seriously working on the proposed legislation. This initiative will either replace or complement the existing EB-5 Immigrant Investor Program, offering wealthy foreign nationals a pathway to U.S. residency and citizenship in exchange for a $5 million direct payment to the federal government. Holders of the card are to receive privileges similar to those of the green card, with a structured pathway to U.S. citizenship. Applicants will undergo a screening to ensure they are world-class global citizens, definition of which is unknown. Unlike any other U.S. citizenship or permanent residency option, with this card, while income generated in the United States will continue to be subject to taxation, income earned outside the country will not be taxed. Details on this implementation are again unknown. This proposal has drawn comparisons to similar golden visa programs in other countries, but it has also faced criticism and legal challenges regarding its implementation. So I have nothing solid to present to you or our clients for the time being. I therefore believe it's better to focus on options readily available to foreigners who wish to immigrate or live in the United States through other non-immigrant long-term visas. The EB-5 is currently the most popular investment-based U.S. immigration program. It remains valid through at least September 30th of 2027, following its reauthorization by Congress under the EB-5 Reform and Integrity Act of 2022. This program allows foreign nationals to obtain U.S. permanent residency by investing in job-creating U.S. businesses. To qualify for the EB-5 visa, applicants must make a qualifying investment, which means either invest at least $1,050,000 in a new commercial enterprise in a non-targeted employment area, or invest at least $800,000 in a new commercial enterprise located in a targeted employment area, which includes rural areas as well as regions with high unemployment rates. The investment must create or preserve at least 10 full-time jobs for qualified U.S. workers within 2 years of the investor's admission as a conditional permanent resident, and the investment must be at risk for the purpose of generating a return on the capital placed at risk. Processing times vary. Obtaining the conditional permanent residency from application submission time can take anywhere between, let's say, 8 months all the way up to 3 years, depending on USCIS workload and processing speed. Within 90 days, immediately before the second anniversary of obtaining the conditional status, another petition must be filed by the investor to remove the conditions on permanent resident status. Foreigners can apply for their U.S. citizenship after 5 years of holding their permanent resident card. The key benefit to EB-5, as opposed to any other immigration visa option, is its speed to receive a direct permanent residency with a clear path to citizenship. The key concern foreigners have who apply for this option is the taxation requirement. Lawful permanent residents, meaning green card holders, and others, meaning the substantial presence test, are subject to U.S. taxation on their worldwide income, regardless of where that income is earned. A great alternative to this taxation requirement on one's worldwide income, while still being able to live and work in the United States, comes through the E2 Treaty Investor Visa. Turkish citizens can apply for the E2 visa by making a substantial investment in a U.S. business. While there is no fixed minimum, investments typically range around $100,000 to $200,000. Though not meant for immigration purposes, this visa allows the investor and their immediate family to live and work in the United States so long as they have an operational business. The initial stay period is up to 2 years and can be renewed indefinitely. Anyone considering this option should connect with a tax advisor to understand substantial presence test details to avoid taxation on any non-US generated income. Your other North American alternative for outbound migration is Canada. It is the second largest country in the world and one of the wealthiest. It is regularly voted as one of the best countries to live in, with a high standard of living, an open and tolerant culture, and low crime rate. The Canadian Startup Visa program is a direct path to Canadian permanent residency. It is 3 times faster than the previously popular QIIP program and costs 3 times less on average. All stages of business proposals, meaning the idea, scaling, traction, expansion, or relocation, are all accepted. The proposals must be certified by a designated business organization that is approved by the Canadian government for vetting purposes. Applicants must be in good health, with no criminal records, and at an IELTS, the International English Language Testing System, or CLB, the Canadian Language Benchmarks, at a level 5 in English, or the TEF, Test d'Évaluation de Français, level 5 in French to qualify. Success in the business is not required to maintain one's permanent resident status. The entire family may be included under one application, and once approved, it allows access to Canadian benefits, including the free universal health care, free education for the children, social benefits, and a clear path to Canadian citizenship. Now let's go over a few European residency alternatives, in case the US and Canadian options are not a great fit for you. Europe had largely moved away from direct citizenship by investment due to EU pressure on member states. The European Court of Justice has recently placed the final nail on the CBI coffin by ruling against Malta's citizenship by investment program. The court condemned Malta's program for establishing a transactional naturalization procedure in exchange for predetermined payments or investments, which according to the court amounts to the commercialization of the grants of nationality of a member state, and by extension that of EU citizenship. Since the only direct EU citizenship through investment route is no longer available, it's best to look at other EU alternatives. Many European countries offer golden visas, retiree visas, or digital nomad visas based on residency options with a pathway to citizenship. I will just go over the Portuguese, the Greek, and the Italian options briefly today, but we provide other European alternatives also. These offer the right to live in the respective country, often with a pathway to citizenship over time. To obtain the Portuguese golden visa, The most convenient options are either to invest 500,000 euros in an eligible investment fund or donate 250,000 euros towards an approved cultural cause. There are no real estate options available as of October of 2023. It only has a 7 days a year physical stay requirement to renew the visa, and it offers a 5-year path to citizenship. There is an A2 level Portuguese linguistic requirement, which can be satisfied by either taking a test or taking the 150 hours approved online courses that were all mentioned in the morning sessions. Portugal also offers a D7 retiree visa to those who demonstrate a stable and regular passive income sufficient to support themselves and any dependents. As of 2025, the minimum monthly income requirement is around 900 euros for a single applicant. Acceptable sources of passive income include pensions, rental income, dividends from investments, interest from savings, and royalty. Unlike the golden visa holders, this type of visa, as well as the digital nomad visa, require a minimum 6 months plus a day stay in the Portuguese territory to become a Portuguese tax resident. Throughout the day, the Greek golden visa was mentioned, of course, but I will just briefly go over it one more time. So the minimum real estate investment is around 250,000 euros on commercial to residential conversion properties. For other real estate categories, the minimum investment amount is either 400,000 euros or 800,000 euros, depending on what part of Greece you are intending to purchase. It comes with no physical presence requirement. Your card can be renewed every 5 years, so long as you continue to own your real estate. It offers a path to citizenship after 7 years, so long as there are significant ties to the country and there is a B1 level Greek linguistic requirement. This golden visa card is ideal for those who are happy living in their homeland, like Turkey, but are having difficulty obtaining the damn Schengen visa to travel to the European Union. The Italian golden visa. It's officially known as the investor visa for Italy. Also allows non-EU nationals to obtain residency by making a qualifying investment in the country. You can qualify through an innovative startup investment. Under this option, you invest in a newly established or operational startup focused on high-tech innovation. The startup must meet specific criteria related to research and development or intellectual property. You can also invest 500,000 euros in an Italian venture capital fund that supports innovative enterprises or an established Italian business with similar features. Alternatively, Italy offers an elective residence visa for retirees and self-funded individuals. Applicants must provide evidence of stable and substantial income from sources such as pensions, rental income, dividends, or investments. The minimum annual requirement is approximately 31,000 euros per year for a single applicant. Finally, let me briefly talk about the various Caribbean citizenship by investment options available. These programs offer fast, low-cost path to full citizenship, including visa-free travel, security, and a lifetime inheritance benefit for future generations. There are 5 main countries to focus on. St. Kitts and Nevis. This country offers the oldest program. It was originally introduced in 1984. It requires a non-refundable contribution of $250,000 to the country's Sustainable Island State Contribution Fund or towards an approved public benefit project. Alternatively, one can purchase an eligible real estate at or above $325,000 to qualify. Processing period is around 6 months, and their passport is known for its credibility and strong visa-free access to include over 150 countries. Antigua and Bermuda requires a non-refundable contribution of $230,000 to the country's National Development Fund for a family of 4, or a $260,000 donation to the University of West Indies. If one prefers the real estate option, minimum purchase price on approved projects must be $300,000, and it cannot be disposed of for at least 5 years.
Mr. Mazumia, sorry for the interruption. You have last 5 minutes.
Yeah. This island nation does have a minimum stay requirement, which is only 5 days in the entire 5-year period. So it's ideal for family applications. Dominica, another island nation that was mentioned earlier, not to be confused with the Dominican Republic, by the way, there are 2 separate nations in the Caribbean. It requires a non-refundable contribution of $200,000 for a single applicant or $250,000 for a family of 4 to the country's Economic Development Fund. Alternatively, the real estate with a minimum value of $200,000 can be purchased and sold in open market after 3 years or sold to a new citizenship applicant after 5 years. Its passport offers visa-free access to over 140 countries, and it's the most popular among the solo single applicants based on its price. Next island is Grenada. It requires a non-refundable contribution of $235,000 to the country's National Transformation Fund for up to a family of 4. Alternatively, one can invest in a government-approved real estate project with minimum $270,000, and it's great for non-Turkish citizens, clients, who want to have that optional business access to the United States because Grenada is another country that is eligible for the E2 visa with the US. The last Caribbean nation we have is St. Lucia, which requires a non-refundable contribution of $240,000 to the country's National Economic Fund for a family of 4. Real estate option is available at $300,000. The cool difference with the St. Lucia program is it also offers a government bond option at $300,000, which is refundable. So that's like the only one where you can actually get your money back and hold on to your citizenship at the same time, so long as you place those funds in a bond that is non-interest bearing, government bond for a minimum of 5 years to retain that citizenship. Keep in mind that St. Lucia is the most backed up among the 5 nations offering citizenship. Most of these countries do not require any travel or relocation, making them purely strategic citizenship plays, a hedge against political or travel restrictions, a Plan B passport basically. These citizenships can be passed on to children and spouses as a generational legacy and do not tax non-resident citizens. They're not a tax solution by themselves, but they are often foundational piece of larger international planning. In conclusion, I believe that everyone should have a Plan B readily available nowadays, because you never know what kind of calamity will come upon us now or in the near future. It's always harder to get the needed secondary residency or citizenship in times of duress. It's best to act sooner than later and feel safe about your future. Not only your future, of course, but that of your family and loved ones. If you have any questions pertaining to anything you heard during my presentation, simply reach back by scheduling a 30-minute free consultation session with us through the links here or our website, and let's connect to go over your Plan B options. Thank you.
Anyone else has any question? There is one question in the front side.
Thank you so much for the insightful speech. And I just have a really short question. Let's take Dominica as an example. Is there any requirement regarding the number of days that you need to stay in the country or not?
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear you.
Okay, for example, my question is there any requirement regarding the day that you need to stay within a year, for example?
Which country are you talking about?
Dominica.
No, with the Caribbean nations, you have 0 stay requirements except for Antigua and Barbuda, which requires you to stay 5 days in a 5-year period. So any week you go during the next 5 years qualifies you, and then you're all set. The other islands don't have any requirement whatsoever.
Okay, so one more question. Is there any online investment option, or I need to be there like physically in the country? Still for
It must be the
Dominica.
microphone, I'm not clearly understanding.
Okay, for Dominica, for example, is there any online investment option, or the client needs to be in the country physically?
Oh, I see the question. Well, there's a vetting process, right? So all the Caribbean nations have an agreement right now for everyone to go through an interview session to make sure that they are eligible to get that citizenship. So that, in some cases, is in person, in other cases, it is done online. So you can do it through like a Zoom session type of a thing. So that will be on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, thank you.
We have a question in the back.
Yeah, we have last question.
Hello, hi, this is Dominic speaking. Actually, this question that came for you is for the whole company during the presentation. As an investor, what is the ROI and the capital appreciation when the one want to invest with that country, that country? I couldn't see the number exact about this, and it will be a pleasure for the next time if any company will come to here to explain about that country, what is the ROI, and what is the capital appreciation. Thank you, and
Yeah, sure. I mean, again, as a consultant for outbound migration, I just wanted to give you like a brief glimpse of everything. Ideally, you want to talk to your tax advisor to figure out which country citizenship or residency makes most sense from a tax perspective, because ultimately that's what's going to hurt you without realizing if you just invest in a particular country.
it wasn't as a tax, as an ROI. Okay, if I want to purchase a property and I put the money to the that country, to the that land, what is the ROI for the that period time? And what is the capital appreciation? For example, in Turkey we have, for the other country we have. But when the company, as a consultant or lawyer or anyone, came to here to explain about that, but I couldn't see any exact number about that. It's not about you.
No, I understand. And I think it's very like product specific. So whichever country is being promoted, I guess that specific fund of theirs, they have to explain to you what the return on that investment would be.
It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Our job at Plan B is basically to connect you with the right folks. We connect you with the foreign lawyers, investment advisors, etc., and then they tell you their story. If you like what you're hearing, you can proceed with your investment. If not, you go on to another country or another program.
Thank you, Mr. Mantomian. Thank you so much. Appreciate for your informative presentation. Now, on stage, Mrs. Fatma and Mrs. Natalia presenting the global partners. They will give a summary of options for European Union and North America. Stage is yours.
So hi dear all, I hope you are all doing well. And manager of our Istanbul office, and I will be speaking today about some. Okay. So who we are? As Beyond Global Partners, we have been in the investment migration industry almost 20 years now, and as you can see, we have a wonderful team, and we have offices all around the world. Our team speaks, Russian, Turkish, English, Chinese, Arabic.
Very friendly, open, innovation-growing country. So it's a city for the future, where its policies really reflect that, especially when it concerns to residency and investments. So I'm jumping quick because I know the time and everyone excited about raffles, so I will not keep you. Why golden visa? So it's just not a residency permit. It's really a getaway, 10 years getaway to opportunity. Whatever it can be, so it's second home, it's business opportunities, it's family, second home environment with health and education on the high quality. So it's mostly it's mostly all that you can find is in the country which offers you. If we are talking about, there are 10 pathways for this moment, including retirement, donation in new developing areas, but this is the main three which is popular now. Is bank account, deposit, and the settling company, and of course property investment. If we are going to property investment, so it has to be 2 million dirhams minimum, which is around $545,000. It can be mortgage, it can be off-plan, 50% of payment. You at least need to hold your property for 3 years, and you can rent it, resell it. And it's easier to renew your golden visa, or whatever, it's 5 or 10 years, depends on visa. It's just medical examination and government fee, that's all, and then you get a new one. In 2024, Dubai recorded 181,000 property transactions, which around 142 billion USD, which is 27% increase in compared with previous year. And among all these transactions, 70% was for golden visa purpose. And also foreign demand has also remained strong. Top buyers for Dubai is from our research, this is the top areas which we are trying to realize and understand. We have to focus in the future. So, for example, if we take
Herkese merhaba. Hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Adım Cihan Değirmenci. Ben İBİ proje ortaklarındanım. Bugün burada KOBİ'lerin dijitalleşme yolculuğunda ödeme sistemlerinin önemini sizlere bahsedeceğim. Önce biraz kendime bahsedeyim. İBİ olarak biz yaklaşık 7 yıldır finansal teknoloji alanında sektördeki hizmet verenlere, lisanslı kuruluşlara finansal teknoloji altyapısı sunuyoruz. Yaklaşık 7 yıldır sektörde bu şekilde ödeme hizmetlerimiz var. Peki finansal teknoloji olarak yapılan hizmet nedir? Yaptığımız hizmet aslında KOBİ'lerin müşterilerinden ödemelerini güvenli bir şekilde alıp KOBİ'lere aktarma yöntemi. Peki İBİ olarak, finansal teknoloji olarak bizim buradaki diğer firmalar gibi farklılıklarımız neler? Ben biraz onlara bahsetmek istiyorum. Şimdi KOBİ'lere baktığımız zaman Türkiye'de yaklaşık 3,5 milyon KOBİ var. Bunların %70'i kadarı dijitalleşme adı atılmış durumda. Bunların kalan %30 kısmı ise bir şekilde bir ihtiyaçsızlık kurarak veya farklı bir dijital hizmet alarak kendilerine bir seviyeye kadar.
Hepinizi Tabayet adına içtenlikle selamlıyorum. Bugün burada Türkiye'nin emlak ve inşaat sektöründeki potansiyel fırsatlar ve bu sektörlerin geleceğine dair önemli gelişmeleri tartışmak üzere bir araya geldik. Bu etkinlik sadece sektörün güncel durumunu anlamak değil, aynı zamanda gelecekteki yatırım fırsatlarını keşfetmek için de önemli bir platform sunuyor. Hep birlikte bu sektöründeki yenilikleri, Türkiye'nin sunduğu fırsatları ve küresel yatırımcıları neler beklediğini inceleyeceğiz. Tabayet olarak Türk ve Amerikan iş dünyası arasındaki ticari ilişkileri güçlendirmek ve bu ilişkilerle her iki ülke arasındaki ekonomik kalkınmasına katkıda bulunmasını sağlamak için aktif bir şekilde çalışıyoruz. Türkiye'deki emlak ve inşaat sektörünün gelişimi yalnızca yerel pazarda değil, aynı zamanda küresel iş dünyasında da büyük bir potansiyel taşıyor. Bugün bu potansiyeli nasıl en iyi şekilde değerlendirebileceğimizi tartışacağız. Tabayet özellikle Amerika ile Türkiye arasındaki ticaretin geliştirilmesi için yoğun bir çaba sarf etmektedir. Küresel ticaretin giderek dijitalleşen bir yapıya bölünmesiyle dijital dönüşüm, finans, emlak, inşaat sektörlerine nasıl fırsatlar sunduğunu görmekteyiz. Bu dönüşüm sadece teknolojiye dayalı değil, aynı zamanda ticaretin küresel ölçüde bir boyut kazanmasına da olarak tanımaktadır. İşte bu konuda Türkiye'nin sahip olduğu stratejik avantajlar devreye girmektedir. Türkiye'nin emlak inşaat sektörü 2025 yılı itibariyle önemli gelişmeler ve yatırım fırsatları sunmaya devam etmektedir. Coğrafi konumu, güçlü altyapısı, yatırım fırsatları sunmaya devam etmektedir. Türkiye, yatırımcılar için cazip bir pazar olmakta, bu sektör son yıllarda hızlıca büyümüş ve büyük şehirlerdeki kentsel dönüşüm projelerinden konut inşaatına, altyapı yatırımlarından ticari gayrimenkul yatırımlarına kadar geniş bir yelpazeye yayılmaktadır. İstanbul, Ankara, İzmir gibi büyük...
It will be somebody who can buy this has to have minimum 275,000 cash in his or her pockets. Imagine you can have access to wider audience, underbanked audience, students, people on pension who cannot make that kind of real estate investments or who cannot buy AI company stocks on Nasdaq, or who cannot currently buy some meaningful amount of gold as an investment. What do they do? What they do is very simple. They are making investments in very promising and in many cases more lucrative crypto assets or crypto assets portfolios. And if you can tokenize your real world assets, in other words, let's say you are one of the developers here, you know there are many of them presenting outside.
Nurzia. Oh, so many lucky winners. But we know everyone who cheats.
From Euro Media, it's Erkan Önder. Erkan Bey, burada mısınız? Miss Anna Zelenko. Ahmet Fuat Bodur. Ahmet Bey.
No, you need to be in the conference call to be the president.
Şekip Gümüşkanatlı. Şekip Bey. From Christian Tyler Properties, Christian Televi. Miss Sarah El Ali. Miss Sarah? No? Okay. Cevdet Akif Usta. Cevdet Bey? Erdal Ulutaş. Erdal Bey? Burada değil.
The tension is getting high on the board presence left.
Hakan Özbay. Hakan Bey? Yusuf Cihan Süslü. Yusuf Bey?
Someone was cheating and I didn't find the COVID card.
Ufuk Karaoğlu. Ufuk Bey? Çağlar Aram. Çağlar Bey? Mr. James Kelly.
And on this note, I would like to invite the American team to raffle the last present, or should we do it? Go ahead. Okay.
Kaliç Erduran. Yıldız Tuğçe Erduran. Biz teşekkür ederiz.
It's a 2-night stay in a hotel from American Group.
Wow, bence bir alkış hak etti.
That was all. Thank you so much for joining us for the next time.
Katıldığınız için çok teşekkür ederiz.
Enjoy.
Congratulations! Amazing! You did! You get the best one. Have fun! Congratulations! Hayırlı uğurlu olsun inşallah.
Eskiden reklam yapıyorduk sürekli.